Welcome everyone. Today we will do a short form focusing on opening up the hips and working on stretching out and a little bit of strengthening for the glutes. So let's go ahead and begin with a little half sun salute. If your hamstrings are tight, you can go with wide feet, and remember, bending the knees is very good for hamstring stretches. Inhale, arms up. We're taking deep breaths as we move. And then exhale, fold down. Brace the legs, flatten the back, stand up straight. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold down. Flatten the back, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold down. Flatten the back, inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold down. Now we'll place the hands forward and walk back to a little dog stretch. And again, in this pose, you can bend the knees if you need. And after a couple of breaths, we'll put the knees down and then extend the right leg and just lift as high as the hip. Not too high, but lengthening. And then lengthen the left arm. And switch sides. Deep breath. And then hands and feet down. Let's do 3 rolls for the spine. Very good. Next, we're going to take the right leg up. So take a step, maybe use your hand to assist a little extra length and have the knee and the ankle in line. Lift the chest and deep breath. And we'll go ahead and take a half split where we draw back, draw the hands back. Try and lift the chest so you don't round the back too much, if at all. And then we'll come back to the runner stretch. We'll switch legs. So taking a few breaths in the runner stretch. Knee and the ankle in line. The hips release down, the spine lifts up, breathing and centering. And a half split. Just briefly, but long enough to emphasize some alignment, a lift of the chest, a lengthening of the spine. The knee bending is fine, but if you lengthen through the leg and hinge at the hip strongly, it's a great deep stretch for the hamstring. Come back to the runner. And then we'll see how we feel in the downward dog, having warmed up the legs a little bit more. The hips are high. The breath is full and deep. Next is a plank pose. We'll take the top of a push-up and then lower down, maybe with the knees down or hovering evenly. Hands under hips. Lift the right leg. Take about 2 breaths here. And then other side. And release both sides. And then roll onto the side, hand on the head. Flex the feet. And then lifting the top leg a few times. Next, we're going to open the knee, hold the knee, or if you can, hold the big toe and straighten the leg part way or fully. Now, if you lose your balance, you can bend the bottom leg. Otherwise, just stabilizing. You're getting a little bit of an opening under your armpit and ribs by having the elbow straight out from the shoulder. And primarily, we're stretching the hip. Release from that, then roll onto the IT band a little bit. A few rounds just to soften it up. And switch sides. Hand underneath the head. And 3 rounds of the side leg lift. And then opening the knee, and holding the big toe, extending, stretching, and breathing. Very good. Release, and then just sort of roll back and forth on the IT band. A couple times, 3 times or so. Take face down. Lift the legs and chest. We're contracting the back muscles and glutes, opening in the chest. And then release. Use the core and lift. Then turn and open the legs into a straddle position. And sway. When you're done with both sides, bend both knees and do that a few times. And either stay with the hands on the ground or hold the ankles, deepen the tilt of the hips, the lift of the tailbone to lengthen the spine and the hamstrings more. Spread the toes and breathe. Neutral neck. And place the hands back in the normal position. Next, we're going to do a squat pose. Now, if that's hard on the knees or ankles, you can sit on a tall block, or you can just carefully sit down, do like cross-legged or butterfly, anything for the hips, really. And we're lengthening the spine, widening the groin, being steady. Very good. We're going to gently sit down. The legs are in front. Gently massage inner and outer thigh as you roll the femur and sit tall. Other side. All right, now we're ready for a nice cross-legged seat. Sitting bones back. Inhale, arms up. And then exhale, forward bend. You get a stretch into the back of the hips here. And we focus on the breath. If the knees hurt, sitting on towels or blankets or putting blocks or something under the knees for support can be helpful. Over time, when the glutes loosen up, usually that puts a lot less pressure on the joints. Very good. Let's go ahead and switch. Which leg is forward? Sitting cross-legged. And inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward bend. Start with just a little bit, even being propped on the fingertips is fine. And eventually you can sink down deeper into it. Not rounding or slouching into it, but lengthening, reaching, having the shoulders kind of down and back as the chest pulls through the window of the arms. Breathing, of course, always with the breath. And come on up. Go ahead and widen the legs. Take a straddle pose. And do a nice lateral bend to one leg. Keep the chest open. And other side. Very good. Come back to center. And then we're going to do a square pose. So we did the cross-legged, sort of ankle in front of ankle forward bend. Now we're going to do ankle in front of knee. So cross-legged is a triangle base, and this is a square base where the ankles are in front of the knees. Again, sitting on cushions might help. And we're going to slowly come down into this forward bend. And get a nice stretch into the glutes. Relax the neck, it's stretching the spine as well. Big breath. Release that stretch. Let's go ahead and lengthen out the legs, flex the ankles a little bit. That can help to bring a little blood flow to the knees. And then we're going to put the opposite leg, the opposite ankle in front. Sitting bones back and stretch. release the forward bend. Let's go ahead and set up to lower onto the back. Take knees to chest, and then open the arms and take the legs to the left with the body twisting right. Right shoulder's grounded. Getting a nice stretch in the low back and down through the side of the hip. And let's go ahead and do the other side. You feel nice and complete. We'll do a little deep relaxation in butterfly pose. Now, if you prefer, you can do traditional Shavasana with the legs lengthened, otherwise feet together, knees open, soft breath, taking time to just relax. And when you're ready, we'll come on up to a comfortable seat and conclude our practice. Namaste.